Hello, my friends. This is Doug Fabian. Welcome to my weekly ETF report talking about the financial markets and your money. Three things to discuss as always. Today is Tuesday, October 28th, 2014. Let's begin with the two big events that are going to happen over the next 7 days. The first happens tomorrow. We're going to get the Federal Reserve's Open Market Committee release of their monetary policy decisions, and it is widely expected that the Fed is going to reduce all of the bond purchasings that were going on for the past 18 months. This was called quantitative easing. They're bringing that program to an end because the U.S. economy is getting better. What's going to be important with the end of QE is how the market reacts. And the stock market has been coming out of a correction. And it has been rising once again. The total stock market ETF is about 2.5% from its 52-week high. So the market is stable once again. And the other big item that's happening this next week is the midterm elections. Now, I'm not expecting that the midterm elections are going to have any bearing on the U.S. economy, but it is a big event in our country's life, and I hope you do get out and vote and participate in the election that's coming up. The second item I want to talk about today are interest rates and oil prices. The first chart I want to share with you, and I've shown this chart to you a number of times, it is a chart of 10-year Treasury bond yields. And as you can see from the chart, yields have been going down all year. This past month, we had a big spike down below 2% for just one day, and then yields right now are at about 2.25%. But the trend is still down in yields, and that is a good thing for all businesses and all borrowers across the country. The second chart I wanted to share with you today is a chart of West Texas Intermediate crude oil, and this is the benchmark index for oil prices in the United States. And you can see this chart has collapsed. We've gone from over $100 oil down to the low 80s. There was a day this past week we actually broke $80 a barrel, a 25% decline in crude oil prices in just the past 90 days. And you have seen it affecting your lives already in lower gasoline prices. In some parts of the country, gas is getting less than $3 a gallon. So that is another positive for the U.S. economy. But I have to tell you that this fall in crude prices is really coming at a time that is a reflection on what's going on in the global economy. And the global economy is slowing down. China's not using as much oil. Europe is not using as much oil. And so the worry and concern that we have with lower oil prices is just a slowdown in economic activity around the world. The U.S. is in pretty good shape, but the rest of the world is still struggling with different areas and regions under some stress. The last area I want to talk about today are two exchange-traded funds. I've shared these with you before. The first is ticker symbol VT, Victor Tom. This is the Vanguard Total World Stock Exchange ETF. It represents all of the major stock markets in the world in one exchange-traded product. We fell way below the 200-day average, as you can see from the price chart, and most recently have come back to the 200-day average. How this price chart reacts over the next several weeks, very important. The next chart is VTI, Victor Tom IDA. This particular Vanguard Total U.S. Stock Market ETF, and you can see we went below the 200-day average. We're back above the 200-day average. We've now cut the market correction losses by almost 75%. How the market reacts after the Fed meeting, after the election is going to be important. I'll be back at this video camera next Tuesday to kind of report in and give you an update, but we still have some uncertainty in the investment landscape going forward, and I think that these three topics kind of share with you why that uncertainty is right here and now. If you need help with your ETF investing endeavors, I invite you to become a subscriber to Successful ETF Investing, our monthly newsletter, and you're more than welcome to join us with the special offer my publisher has for you. Have a great week, and I'll be back at you next week. This is Doug Fabian. Thanks for tuning in.